Hey guys, what's up? Sermo11 here, and today I am going to be talking about Palworld. There is a lot to discuss. I apologize if you can hear my computer in the background. It's not really doing that well, and also I apologize if there's any audio issues. My microphone is not doing well. So the topics will be about my experience with Palworld, the designs in Palworld, and the idea of Palworld surpassing Pokemon, being compared to Pokemon, just kind of like some of the discussion that has been going on online. I thought it would be good to lay out all the topics here so people know what they're about to get into. So, what is Palworld? Palworld was shown off a couple years ago, and it showed this trailer. I believe it was a trailer first. The trailer was showing these Pokemon like creatures in a factory making guns and everything. And I'm not sure if the gameplay was in the trailer, but there was gameplay released. There's been gameplay that's been released, throughout the time leading up to the game's release. And basically, it's showing a person with a gun shooting at these Pokemon like creatures and throwing something to capture them. So the whole concept seemed a little strange, this game seemingly based on Pokemon, but it's Pokemon with guns, which is a way that it's been framed on social media. This game kind of came out of nowhere and everything. I saw that some people were skeptical or a little suspicious about it, but the game did end up coming out. I saw some discussion about maybe people thinking the game was fake or something like that. I was a little bit interested in it when I saw it. So the gameplay of Palworld kind of turned me off when I saw it. This character shooting these creatures and throwing the ball at them to capture them. It's kind of like Pokemon, but it didn't really look like my kind of thing. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this properly, but like just kind of the angle and everything and how everything looked, it didn't really give me Pokemon vibes. So that was kind of a turnoff. Well, the game is out now on Xbox Game Pass and Steam. It sold 1 million copies in 7 hours, then went on to reach 2 million copies sold in 24 hours. That's amazing, but I think a lot of this comes from social media. A lot of people and news sites frame this as a Pokemon like game or Pokemon with guns, as I mentioned earlier. Look up articles, look up YouTube videos. People are using Pokemon as a way of marketing this to their audience or explaining it to their audience. I think that's why this game sold so well. If Pokemon wasn't attached to this game, I don't think it would have done well. I've watched live streams of this game and I've played the game myself, which I will be getting into later. This game has nothing to do with Pokemon besides the creature designs and capturing them. This game has a lot of collecting and building in its beginning hours, at least in the beginning hours. I haven't gotten super far into the game, but that appears to be all of what this game is. This game is not Pokemon. This game is nothing like Pokemon. I want that to be clear. I want people to understand that. I even questioned someone on how their video was titled comparing the game to Pokemon. These people are wrong. This person I questioned on it the way they were trying to explain it to their audience. This is a Pokemon like game. No, it's not. I will debate anyone on this topic. If you think this game is like Pokemon, you have either never played Pokemon or are a disgruntled fan who hates on Pokemon now because of the tree discussion from Pokemon Sword and Shield or because of some of the performance issues from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which for some reason the internet has the intelligent opinion that some of the performance issues, whether they had them themselves or saw them in a video, they seem to think that these issues are enough to hate the game. And it's not just a small dislike, it's a big dislike. I'm not going to fully get into the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet discussion. I want that to be its own video, but I'll just say that someone I know even questioned me on accepting Game Freak's quote unquote bad games. This person has not played the game and only saw the hate online. So there are people out there that are formulating their own opinions on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet without even actually playing the games. So these people, they hate Pokemon now. They see a few little glitches and hate Pokemon. Palworld comes along, it's on Xbox and it's on PC, so that means better graphics. They play it and they love it. This is the Pokemon game they've always wanted. People have said that. I have seen people tweeting about this, that this is the game they've always wanted. I see it online, it happens. I'm sorry, I've played most of the Pokemon games. This is not a Pokemon game. I've heard this game be related to Ark Survivor, so I think I understand these people are Ark Survivor fans. That's why they like this game so much. See, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. In the last few years, Pokemon has had some great games such as Pokemon Legends Arceus with its great gameplay, fun story, and twist on the Pokemon formula. It really felt like I was living in the Pokemon world. Weird, that sounds like what these Palworld slash Ark Survivor fans want to play. Maybe they should try that game. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was a great game with a great story and the best friend slash rival characters in the franchise. You disagree with me? Have you played the game? Or did you see the hate online and just believed it? Or maybe you're one of these people who has a few glitches or performance issues in their games and somehow that ruins the whole game for you. The game is terrible and horrible to these people. I've seen the game be described like that. They think Game Freak should be ashamed of putting this product out. I think that's downright crazy and that's an overreaction. But hey, I actually played the game. I actually beat the game. I played the DLC. The Pokemon hate train has been going since Sword and Shield, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon until this game looks like Ark Survivor. Oh, sorry, Palworld. My apologies. You may think this is a lot of Pokemon talk for a Palworld video, but this is all related. These people who suddenly hate a franchise they've played all their lives, or they've played a few games in the Pokemon franchise, they will accept anything. Any sort of monster taming or monster catching game that comes along is hyped up, frankly, too much in my opinion, and then it just comes and goes. I haven't played Temtem yet, but people hyped up Temtem because it was finally the Pokemon MMO that they wanted. No one talks about it now, and I've heard the servers are dead. A competitive mode for Temtem was actually just closed down a few days ago. Now Palworld has come out, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how long it lasts. It did sell a lot. It sold 2 million copies in 24 hours, and I'm sure it'll sell more in the upcoming days. But people are basically saying it's Pokemon for Xbox and PC when it's not. It's Ark Survivor with cute creatures that look like Pokemon. But that's not interesting. You can't market it like that. You can't tell someone, hey, you like Ark Survivor? You want to play Ark Survivor with cute creatures? That doesn't sell the game. But you mentioned Pokemon. This is a Pokemon-like game with guns. People are all in. Because let me tell you something. People secretly still love Pokemon. It's not a secret, we know. I may have some tweets on the screen currently that show people that are trying to act like Nintendo is missing out on the PC market by not putting Pokemon on PC or not putting it on Xbox. I think these people are blindly hating. It's the Pokemon hate train from Sword and Shield that has gone on to Scarlet and Violet. Weird how it skipped Arceus. I guess that was a good game or something. I think these people are blindly hating and not realizing that this game is not like Pokemon at all. Maybe they haven't played Palworld, or maybe they haven't played Pokemon in years and they have forgotten what the experience is like. Moving on to my own opinions about Palworld, I played the game for about 2 hours, and honestly it was a boring experience. It is just crafting and building with cute creatures that look like Pokemon. I will keep saying that. The game starts off with building a table that allows you to build more things like weapons and this game's version of Pokeballs, and you can progress this and build more things as time goes on, as you level up and all that. So a lot of my time was spent looking for materials, and a little bit of it was spent catching the pals. You also have to build a base, and the pals have different abilities, so one of them, for example, helped me build stuff faster, which was good. Not sure if I've talked about this on here, but I do like story games. I think story and gameplay are both important. I've noticed that when you say a story is important to you in a game, people assume that you accept anything gameplay wise. That is not true. I do think that story is a good motivating factor in a game. So this game appears to not have much story. It seems like there's a little bit going on, but honestly, the game has something at the beginning, like a little screen or something, and then you're just kind of on your own. I personally prefer more direction. Story can help with the boring moments of a game. If the gameplay is boring, the story can help motivate me to play more. Again, that's not saying that I accept anything gameplay wise. I think it depends on how far it goes. Gameplay can be a little uninteresting, but a game having a good story can save it. And I'm sure people would think that the other way as well. A game having very good gameplay can save something that doesn't have a not so good story. I don't always agree with that. It's a case by case thing, but I digress. This game so far has no story. I did bring up the little screen, but honestly, that's a quick thing that's just kind of nothing. You're just building and catching pals. People seem to like this game, but this game is not what Pokemon is. Pokemon has a story, and I would say from the 7th generation, which is Pokemon Sun and Moon, and forward, most of the games have had good to great stories. People also love Pokemon Black and White, which is from Generation 5 and also got sequels, Pokemon Black and White 2. I'm just confused on where the Pokemon elements are here. People are saying this is a Pokemon-like game, so please show me the Pokemon elements. The pals can attack with the command, but that's as deep as the battling goes. If your pal is a low level pal and you try to fight a pal that is a higher level, your pal will get one-shotted instantly, it will lose the fight instantly, and then after that, the higher level pal will come attack you instantly, and that's just kind of the end. I'm sure there's more to say here, but I'm trying to get through this pretty fast. I think I've said enough. The game was a boring experience. I might check out the game later. I'm not going to completely disregard the game, but so far I haven't had a good experience. Some people say that first impressions can be important, but some might say that you shouldn't have to play a bunch of hours to finally enjoy a game. That's why you have a story. Sometimes story can help make things a little bit more interesting, make them more bearable, can help you push it along to finally get to the interesting part, but I digress. Also, I wanted to mention that Palworld crashed on me 3 times and also froze on me. I do know that this is a beta, so this game is still being worked on, but Pokemon's never crashed on me 3 times. Where are your pitchforks for this game, Pokemon haters? So I have a thread opened on Twitter that I'm going through which shows similar designs to Pokemon. I will have it on the screen. You can go through these yourself as well. I won't be getting too deep into them. I'll just kind of be discussing the similarities between the designs, and there's photos and everything so you can see how similar some of these are to Pokemon. So these were on Twitter, link in the description, you can check it out. So you can see similar designs in Palworld to Pokemon such as Lycanroc, Cobalion, Lilligant and Gardevoir, Luxray, Meganium, Latios and Latias, Leafeon and Cinderace. I'm not a game data person, but people are saying that these models are just Pokemon models. They could be wrong, but they definitely look very similar, or let's say very, very inspired. There's also pals that look like Esper, Decidueye, Fanmade, Delphox, Lucario, Corviknight, and also this studio has made a game called Craftopia, which has similar designs to Breath of the Wild, which you can see on the screen now, and they also made an Among Us similar game. I'll be including all the screenshots on the screen. These are from an account called onion_mu. Check it out. So I'm not saying that Palworld has stolen anything from Pokemon. That's up to Nintendo's lawyers to decide. Yeah, that's about it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I forgot my outro. Please subscribe and check out my links.